So we will see how to import multiple Excel files into SQL Server database table. So our target is to use for each loop to traverse each Excel file within the folder and move the data from those Excel files to the target table. So when you use files and use for each and that and Excel source and OLDB data target, you have to follow few rules. So when you keep multiple Excel files in the folder, and if you want to use SSIS ETL package, if you want to read data by reading data from the each Excel file, you have to follow these rules. One Excel files importing multiple Excel files into SQL Server DB table. Excel file metadata should be same. Okay. Second is all the files should have same column names and data type. If you see any deviation from 8, you will see errors when you use ETL SSIS package to read data from each Excel file. So let's see how to implement it. So for that we will create one simple table. So let's say I will go back to the Excel files. We'll see what kind of data exists in those Excel files. So we have employee ID, employee name in first Excel file, and second has, we'll remove second one. We will create 3 more. Okay. Let's say file 2. Let's say file 3. Open it. And change the data within that Excel file. Okay, you can give it is ABC some DFGHI. That's it. Save it and go to Excel file 3. In this file we will give more rows. We will change it to 1000, 2000, something, 3000. Okay, done it. Close it. So we have 3 files in this folder, and we have changed the values within that with different data. So I have already created one sample SQL Server database table with employee ID, employee name with the same column name which exists in those Excel files. So Rajendra SS Demos is the database name. So if you see it, you will not see any data. You will not find any data over here. So now let's open SQL Server Integration Services new project, and this is the shared connection string that I have created earlier. So it is connecting to the Rajendra SSIS demos database. Okay, fine. Now let's open the package that I have already implemented, and I have drag and drop the for each loop from the SSIS package, and if you go and data flow task, I have used to read data from those Excel files. So in the for each loop container, if you go F4, so you need to make sure that we will double click on it and we will see for each loop container. Collection is, you need to make sure that you have to use for each file enumerator, so which reads which is nothing but within the folder which we have to use and to read the data. So for initially we have to give the folder path which I have mentioned here, and files, so just I have given extension as file, so it will read from first name should be file and second name can be anything appended to it, and any extension with it. Fully qualified name, it does mean that which does mean that it will give the complete Excel file name along with its path where it is exists. And I have created one variable called file name, and when it travels for each Excel file, it will read that file and assign that file name, complete file name along with its directory path, complete directory path into this variable, so that we can read that Excel file in the data flow task and move the data to the target database table. So this is the for each loop container, and let's close it. And if you see, click on it, the properties have not changed anything here or here, and everything is fine. If you click on it, everything is fine. So now click on it. You have to change when you use Excel files in the data flow task, one important property is delay validation is true. Why? Because you are keeping file name by doing for each loop container in a variable. When you use that variable in the data flow task, it will throw an error. So if you don't specify delay validation, for example, so so in the for each loop container, if you go to the mapping, we are reading we are assigning the file name, full qualified file name into the user file name. And if you go to the data flow task, so here Excel data source, one important thing is validate external metadata, which needs to be false to make sure that no errors thrown. And if you click on connection manager, so we have used one important expression. So connection string should be dynamic, because each time it should read the file names which has been assigned from the for each enumerator. So this is the for file name. So if you double click on it, it will give the complete connection string of that file name along with the package. Okay, and if you click on it, this is the file name, and if you click on Excel source, so this is the sheet 1, and Excel file manager which we have assigned, and the columns we have selected everything, and destination we have given target table name is import multiple Excel files, and mapping is same. We have nothing much to check here. So once you have done it, as I said that everything is fine. What we have done, we have defined the data flow task and Excel source and Excel source, where we have given the Excel connection manager. Excel connection manager has this connection string as well as expression which dynamically to assign the file name which we have assigned from the file enumerator. And one important property, for example, if you click on data flow task, if you go to here, delay validation by default is fault. If you do that, what will happen, we will see. Let's close it. I'm reopening it. Okay, okay, let's run it. Thought 3 times read, execution has been completed, but it has not given any error, as I said that. Why? Because let's close it. In the variable, let's go to variable, I have specified the value, path of the value. So this delay validation value is not throwing any error. If you don't specify it, what it does, it will throw an error. And now we'll go to here, we'll check the data. So data has been loaded into this table. So what we will do is, now we will open into Excel file 1. As I said that we will add one more column to it. We'll see let it work or not. Okay, salary 50,000, will go more, will give more. Okay, let's close it, save it, and we rerun it. Will it give error? Will it work? Worked. So what a surprise. So there has been many articles saying that it will give error when you add multiple rows, but it didn't give. What is the problem? Where is the problem? Let's read it. Let's read the data within this, and you have some more value or data has been added, but it not gave thrown any error. But if you open file 1 again, so if you append column names, if you want to move the data as well to the target a table, you have to again reselect the Excel file, metadata, you have to map the columns, and all Excel files should be same column names when you map that. Let's say if you remove this, it does mean that if you remove that, this metadata is different. Okay, so file 2 is different, file 3 is different. Now what will happen when you run it? It will should definitely throw an error because metadata has been changed. Wow, it thrown error. We'll go to here, we'll check. So 2 started, and start first one gave could not open the global manager. Okay, because I haven't run it in administrative mode, employee name cannot be found in the data source. So we have given metadata as employee name, and it couldn't find SSIS couldn't find that employee name within the Excel file. And how to solve it? Which is not possible. We don't have any option to make it dynamic column names of the Excel file. Employee name, whatever we hard coded, we have to use the same thing. Like Excel file name, dynamic file names for column names, we can't use it. Okay. Thank you for watching it.